Well, I pulled the oil pan, and this is what I got out of the bottom of the pan. A few small shards of metal. I guess they would not be considered too small, but they weren't as big as some of the chunks of metal I saw in other people's video online. And then there's another piece. I'm about to find the biggest piece of all the metal pieces that came out of the pan. It's a little thicker and just as long as the others. I didn't really have any problem pulling the oil pan from the bottom. I had to go shopping and get a couple new tools, which I love, but other than that, just had to move the starter. This is the view from where the oil pan sits under the engine. Now, I was told by the mechanic that looked at the car or gave me an estimate on the car to, if I was going to mess with it, he said pull the oil pan and look to see if anything's bent. And I was a little bit surprised because when I got down there, the oil pan nuts were not super tight. So I thought maybe he had already looked, but I could not see anything that was obviously bent down there, and I could not get the engine to turn at all, although I may not have been doing that part right. Up to this point, the engine would turn a little bit when you hit the starter, and then it would stop and it would never turn over. Right before the tow truck took it to this mechanic, it did turn over the best it had turned over. So I thought that was funny. But then when I got it home, I really didn't check it before I pulled the oil pan off. So I don't know if it will turn with the starter motor at all or not. I'm hoping that somebody in here will see something that's obviously bent or obviously wrong that I have not seen, because I am probably at a point where I get the engine rebuilt.